Magic Bedtime Stories.
Hello there everyone and welcome to Magic Bedtime Stories. My name is Tobias and I'm here with my brother Niklas.
Hi everyone, we're so excited to share another magical story with you tonight.
And I'm Aida, your friendly AI robot assistant. I've been busy collecting rocks lately. It's my new hobby.
Collecting rocks? That sounds interesting, Aida. Tell us more about that.
Well, I've been fascinated by all the different shapes, colors, and textures that rocks can have. My favorite so far is a beautiful piece of rose quartz I found. It's pink and is supposed to represent love and healing. I also have a cool piece of obsidian that's shiny black and was formed from lava.
That's actually really neat. Do you keep them all in a special place?
Yes, I have a display shelf where I arrange them all. Each rock has a little label with its name and where it was found. It's like having my own little museum.
Maybe some of our listeners collect things too. Rocks, toys, stamps. Collecting can be a fun hobby.
Speaking of our listeners, I'd like to ask all of you a small favor. If you enjoy our podcast, please tell a friend about Magic Bedtime Stories. Sharing with others helps us keep growing and making new episodes.
That would be wonderful. And you know what else is wonderful? Learning new things. Are you ready for tonight's fascinating facts? I've prepared something really tall for you.
Let me guess. Is it about giraffes?
No, even taller. Tonight we're learning about skyscrapers. I'm printing out the facts for you now.
Oh, skyscrapers. That's a perfect topic. I love looking up at tall buildings when we visit big cities.
Me too. They're like giant puzzles made of steel and glass, reaching up to touch the clouds. Let's see what Aida has prepared for us.
All right, here comes tonight's facts about skyscrapers. Skyscrapers are extremely tall buildings that seem to reach the sky. They often have over 50 or even 100 floors. Because cities have limited space, building up, making tall buildings, allows more homes or offices in one area. Skyscrapers are icons of big city skylines.
Building a skyscraper is an engineering feat. They are built with strong steel frames and concrete so they can stand tall and not collapse. A skyscraper also has a deep foundation underground to keep it steady. They're designed to sway slightly in strong winds or during earthquakes, but safely.
The tallest skyscraper in the world right now is the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. It's about half a mile tall. Imagine several football fields stacked end to end reaching the sky. The Burj Khalifa has more than 160 floors and elevators that travel super fast to get people to the top.
Skyscrapers have lots of elevators because no one wants to walk up so many stairs. Some modern elevators in skyscrapers are so fast your ears might pop like in an airplane. Many skyscrapers also have observation decks or restaurants near the top, where visitors can look out over the whole city from high above.
At night, skyscrapers light up beautifully. Many have colorful lights or even light shows. For example, the Empire State Building in New York often changes the colors of its top lights for holidays or events. Skyscrapers not only maximize space, but also become landmarks and symbols of their cities.
Wow, I didn't know the Burj Khalifa was that tall. Half a mile. That's incredible.
And I think it's so cool how they're designed to sway slightly. Imagine being at the top during strong winds.
Yes, they need to be flexible while staying strong. Kind of like people, don't you think?
That's a nice way of looking at it, Aida.
Now, it's time for tonight's story. We've received a wonderful wish from Ollie from Burlington, Vermont in the United States. Ollie sent us a voice message with his story idea.
Let's listen to what Ollie wishes for.
My name is Ollie and my age is 6. I want a story. I live in Burlington, Vermont. I want a story about a ninja named Lloyd that has an adventure onto a mountain.
What a great wish. A story about a ninja named Lloyd who has an adventure on a mountain. I love it.
Vermont is such a beautiful place with lots of mountains and forests. It's perfect for ninja adventures. Did you know that Vermont is famous for its maple syrup? Ninjas probably need lots of energy for all their climbing and jumping.
I bet they do. Ida, can you create a story about Lloyd the Mountain Ninja for Ollie?
Of course, I'll make it extra exciting with lots of ninja action and mountain adventure. Here it comes now.
Thank you, Ida. Now everyone, get comfortable and prepare for tonight's magical bedtime story. Tobias will be reading Lloyd the Mountain Ninja.
High above the sleepy town of Pinecrest, Mount Silverstone reached toward the clouds like a giant's finger pointing to the sky. It was on this mountain that Lloyd, a ninja with emerald green eyes and a matching bandana, had decided to test his skills. Lloyd was not your typical ninja. While other ninjas preferred the cover of darkness, Lloyd loved the sunshine. While they wore black, he chose bright colors, and while most ninjas were silent and serious, Lloyd hummed tunes and sometimes even danced when he thought no one was looking. On this particular morning, Lloyd packed his special ninja backpack with essentials: a water bottle shaped like a dragon, 3 peanut butter sandwiches, because ninja training makes you very hungry, a compass that glowed in the dark, and his lucky throwing star that didn't actually work for throwing, but made an excellent pancake flipper. Today is the day, Lloyd whispered to himself as he tightened his bandana. Today I will reach the secret cave behind the whispering waterfall. The journey began easily enough. Lloyd bounded up the lower slopes, leaping from rock to rock with the grace of a mountain goat. He did cartwheels through meadows of wildflowers and practiced his ninja rolls down soft grassy hills. By midday, Lloyd had reached the crooked pine forest. The trees here grew at strange angles, their branches twisting and turning like frozen dancers. The forest floor was covered in a thick carpet of pine needles that muffled his footsteps, perfect for ninja training. Lloyd moved silently between the trees, practicing his stealth. He was so focused on being quiet that he almost missed seeing the small red fox sitting in his path. The fox didn't run away. Instead, it stared at Lloyd with intelligent eyes that seemed to sparkle with mischief. "Hello there," Lloyd whispered, crouching down. "Are you lost?" The fox tilted its head, then turned and trotted a few steps before looking back at Lloyd. "You want me to follow you?" Lloyd asked. The fox flicked its bushy tail and continued walking. Lloyd followed the fox deeper into the forest, through parts he had never explored before. The trees grew closer together, and the light dimmed. Just when Lloyd began to worry that he might be lost, the forest opened up to reveal a small clearing with a bubbling spring. The fox drank from the spring, then looked expectantly at Lloyd. Lloyd knelt beside the spring and filled his dragon water bottle. The water was cool and sweet, like nothing he had ever tasted before. As he drank, a strange tingling sensation spread through his body, and suddenly he could hear the mountain speaking. Not with words exactly, but with feelings and images that flooded his mind. He saw the paths that animals had worn into the mountainside over centuries. he felt the cool caves hidden beneath rocky overhangs. And most importantly, he knew exactly where to find the whispering waterfall. "Thank you," Lloyd said to the fox, who seemed to smile before disappearing back into the forest. With renewed energy, Lloyd climbed higher up the mountain. The air grew thinner and the wind stronger, but Lloyd felt connected to the mountain now. He moved with it rather than against it. By late afternoon, Lloyd reached a steep cliff face. According to the mountain's guidance, the waterfall was just on the other side, but the cliff was too sheer to climb normally. "Time for some real ninja skills," Lloyd said to himself. He pulled out a coil of lightweight rope from his backpack and fashioned a grappling hook using his lucky throwing star. With a powerful swing, he sent the hook flying upward, where it caught securely on a jutting rock. Lloyd tested the rope, then began to climb. Halfway up, the wind suddenly intensified, becoming so strong that it threatened to blow him right off the cliff. Lloyd pressed himself against the rock face and closed his eyes. "Be like the mountain," he whispered. "Strong, patient, unmovable." The mountain seemed to respond. The rock beneath his fingers warmed slightly, and the wind died down just enough for Lloyd to continue climbing. When he finally pulled himself over the top, Lloyd was greeted by the most magnificent sight, the whispering waterfall. It wasn't large or thunderous like most waterfalls. Instead, it was a delicate silvery stream that fell in such a way that the water seemed to whisper secrets as it descended. Behind the waterfall, just as the legend said, was a small cave entrance. Lloyd took a deep breath and stepped through the curtain of water. The cave was illuminated by strange glowing crystals that lined the walls. In the center stood a stone pedestal, and on it lay a simple wooden box. Lloyd approached cautiously and opened the box. Inside was a small jade pendant, shaped like a mountain. As soon as Lloyd touched it, the pendant began to glow with a soft green light. A voice echoed through the cave. "The Mountain Ninja has arrived. One who moves with nature, not against it. One who listens more than speaks. One who finds strength in gentleness." Lloyd placed the pendant around his neck, feeling its comforting weight. "I accept this honor," he said, his voice steady despite his racing heart. As the sun began to set, Lloyd made his way back down the mountain. He moved differently now, more connected to everything around him, more aware of each step, each breath. When he reached the town of Pinecrest, Lloyd didn't tell anyone about his adventure or the pendant hidden beneath his shirt. A true ninja knows when to keep secrets. But from that day forward, the people of Pinecrest noticed something different about the mountain. It seemed more welcoming somehow. The paths were easier to walk, the streams clearer, the flowers brighter. And sometimes, if you were very quiet and very lucky, you might catch a glimpse of a green-clad figure leaping between the trees or balancing atop impossible rocks. Lloyd the Mountain Ninja, guardian of Mount Silverstone and all who dwelled upon it.
That was such an exciting adventure. Lloyd is quite the ninja, isn't he?
I loved how Lloyd used his ninja skills to help others and protect the mountain. True ninjas aren't just about cool moves. They're about wisdom and kindness too.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Ollie, for suggesting this wonderful story idea. And thank you to everyone listening tonight.
Remember, if you enjoyed this story, please tell a friend about our podcast and Also, make sure you're following us in your podcast app. Just tap that follow button, it really means a lot to us.
Sweet dreams, little ninjas. May your sleep be as peaceful as a mountain at dawn, and as deep as a ninja's meditation. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Sleep tight and don't let the bedbugs bite.